Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the hourly time frame. So yesterday's move did bring us up. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah. Yesterday's move did bring us, again, follow my cursor, not the white dot on the screen. Did bring us up, and clearly the blue line hit it here, got a little rejection, then busted through. Did not come up to our new all-time high at 73.7. Saw a rejection here. You'll see what that was in a moment. But then did come back down to the blue line, which is one of the targets that we called for yesterday in our video. And you can see that we hit it here, hit it here, hit it here, before falling through here. And now we're coming back up, and it's acting as resistance here for the moment. And I believe that will change as well later today, possibly. And it might extend to tomorrow. The reason for that is it might wait until tomorrow before breaking up further. Not sure about that. But the reason for that is that there is the CPI data coming on Wednesday. As you can see here, we have that released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time. Is that what time we're on now? Whatever time we're on now. Yes, this is Daylight Savings Time. And because this is the time that everybody wished it was all the time, and it's not actually real time, this is the made up time period that we're in right now, and it actually is a majority of the year that we are in the made up time, which is really kind of weird. But it's really kind of strange, rather than everybody just shift whatever they do 1 hour. We're so set up to do things at certain hours that we have to shift the time. It's just a weird thought experiment thing there. So CPI data coming out tomorrow, not today. And as you can see here on the left is the predicted, and on the right is the previous. So it's predicted to come in a little bit lower on the monthly consumer price and the core CPI. Now on the year over year CPI is supposed to be higher. And why is that? And the core is supposed to be lower. Now the reason for that, and I used to examine this into a lot more detail when it was, more of an issue, and I've not paid so much attention to it, paying more attention to the charts. But the reason for this is most probably that a year ago, in the previous month, we had a big number that we lost, and in March or February, whatever, March, we lost a big number, one of our final big numbers, and it was replaced in April by a smaller number. And so that's what's going on here. And this month, it's essentially staying the same. It's dropping by 1/10 of a point is what they predict. Now, even if it stays the same, I don't think this is going to affect the markets that much, unless we see something coming in higher, like a 0.5 or something like that. That might shake up the markets a little bit more. Just my own opinion there. What else we got the rest of the week? The rest of the week we got PPI coming out on Thursday, which is the producer price index right here. And again, I think I looked at this and it's significantly lower is what they predict, a 0.3 from a 0.6. So that's really, really good. They don't have the other estimates here. So that's what their prediction is for that. And that should really make the markets happy. Other than that, we have a few speakers. What do we got next week? Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Well, whatever. Whatever. All right. All right, back to the Bitcoin chart here. Now, so you can see here that we found support here, found support here, found support here, and then fell through all the way down, wicked all the way down here. But also what you can see is that we have these lines of support where we've come down and then everything gets bought back up. Come down, everything gets bought back up to this level. 71.7 was one level. Right here, again, was 71.3. And before we did finally fall through here. And before I show you why I believe, not why I believe that happened, why it did happen, I want to go over our lines that we have on the chart here. And I will switch to a daily. As discussed previously on the chart here, we have the purple parallel channel, the top right here and the bottom right there, steeply rising right here. And then we also have the blue parallel channel. These green dashed lines, the upper one is a pretty good representation of the daily Gaussian channel and prediction of its path. And the bottom one is kind of a very sloppy estimate of where the bottom is. Now, okay, so we're on a daily. The blue channel group and the purple parallel channel is what we have on the screen. And we're going to pull up a couple others. We're going to pull up the green and pink parallel channels. Okay, why aren't I there? Wait, oh, I did the wrong thing, I think. There we go. And what we are going to pull up here is the pink parallel channel. It's a group of channels. And our green parallel channel. Now, the green parallel channel are a couple larger channels. And the pink parallel channels are a group of channels. Okay, I'm going to try to move this right. Okay, there we go. The pink parallel channels are a group of channels that are completely parallel to the green parallel channels, you can see. You know what, and it's probably best just to zoom way out to show this. So the green parallel channels, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 stacked on top of one another. And then the pink ones, you have about 2.25, 2.5 pink channels to each green parallel channel. And they're slightly offset. But there's a reason for all that. Now, and actually, let's switch to a weekly so we can see what these green parallel channels are doing. And as you can see, they represent price action of Bitcoin other than the tops. The tops right there. The tops in 2020, tops in 2019, tops in 2021. 16, 17. And channels go all the way, the center line of the lower pink channel hits this previous all-time high perfectly right there. In 2011, is that? Yeah. Now, looking at it on a weekly time frame, shit. Just, I gotta fix this phone. The appointment's on Tuesday to fix this phone. Looking at it on a weekly time frame, you're like, well, that's all nice. These lines are following price action, but I don't really see where they are clearly interacting with the channels. A little bit. You don't see it on the weekly. You can see this here. But when you switch to a daily, and even more so an hourly. Oops. Wait, I'm going to put this on auto. There we go. Where are we at now? We're at local time. Oh. You can see more clearly the interaction with these lines. I wanted to do this on my computer, but it would be a little bit clearer. Basically, you can see how these lines clearly play a very important role. Okay, we're at an all-time high, and now we're coming back down here. This is really not a good way to show it, but you can clearly see more so now the interaction with these lines and their levels. Where are we at now? Oh, we're all the way back at 2012. Not too far back. I think I moved one of my lines doing this. I have to go back and readjust them. I think I moved this green line here. The lower one. God damn it. Oh, I can't undo it right now. It would take too many moves. I'll just have to go back and readjust it later. I'll pause the video actually. Alright, so I adjusted that lower one back to where it was supposed to be. And I've turned off the blue and the purple channels just to focus more clearly on the green and pink channels, which are all perfectly parallel to one another. Now, the green channel here was placed at our low in June 17th, 2022. And that's the top of the lower green parallel channel. And then also here, you can see the interaction. And as I'm scrolling through here, you can also see the interaction with the pink parallel channels. Now, the lower part of the green parallel channel contacts our lows here in the FTX collapse time period at the end of 2022. And onwards and upwards here. Now you can see this pink parallel channel hits these lows here in August of 23, which is a very significant time. Let me get a drink here. All right, here we are in our most recent time. When was this? This was October. This is when we started our nice bull rally here. And so you can see that we came right. It looks like one of these pink channels moved as well. Hold on just a second. All right, yeah, the middle one was off a little bit. That's why everything looked even more sloppy and chaotic. Now everything looks a little bit more cool here. So, started our rally from the base of this pink parallel channel, hit resistance briefly at the center line, moved up through it. Saw a little consolidation here along the center line of the next channel up, even here, and the top of this channel acted as resistance for a little bit. But you can see that we also have interaction with the top of the green channel there, as well as here. And as well here. Clearly, the pink channel acted as resistance here, and the green channel acted as support here. Very, very, very clearly. And when we did wick through here, we wicked right down to that pink channel. And even got sandwiched in between these two right here briefly. So a lot of interaction. And you can see here where the top of this pink, or the bottom of the upper, anyway, we had support here very clearly, even came right down to it here on that big wick downwards. And so you can see how we're moving up through these channels like stepping stones. And clearly, I apologize for my phone. My phone is causing chaotic movements here. Clearly held support. We're using these channels as stepping stones in clearly finding support and resistance at the various levels. And currently we are here. We're on a daily time frame. I'm going to switch to an hourly. So you can see our most recent price action was holding support on the green parallel channel. We had our pump up and didn't quite make it to 73.7. And we actually just kind of were trying to hold support on top of the pink channel here and lost it. And then you can see that we had that support level right here at 71.7 where somebody was buying it, everything up, and clear resistance here at the top of the pink parallel channel for like half a day there or something. And then we came back down here, not to the green line, which is actually really, really good that we didn't even come all the way down there. Okay, so now the point, the reason for this move down here, why we didn't hold the pink line here and why we came down here is because of this. This is continually dictating price action when we color outside the lines. You had to come down here and clear out all this leverage, unnecessary leverage with people acting, doing stupid ass stuff. Now, currently, you have all this yellow leverage right here, right up below the 73,000, below our previous all-time high. that's going to get. If it were me, I'd suck all this up right now, today. But I don't know if we're going to wait till tomorrow. Waiting till tomorrow will cause these guys to maybe rethink their positions. And guys that are looking to take their bitcoins or monies or whatever, I don't know. So if it were me, I'd liquidate all this today. I don't know if that's going to happen. So that would be, and it looks like, I mean, we're starting our way back up. It looks like we could do that. All we got to do is just come back up to our previous all-time high. So I'd imagine as soon as market opens in a half hour, that could be the move today, up to here and then maybe back down, and then we hold support here. Again, based on what the crazy liquidation people are doing. Let's turn on our other channels now. All right, so when I turn the other lines on, you could see that what this wick down here was, besides liquidating all those idiots, was to retest the top of our symmetrical triangle that we had been trading in back here. The base of which, this is the top right here, and the base is our bottom of our purple parallel channel right here. So we just tested the top of the symmetrical triangle and bounced, and are being held up right now by the blue, top of this blue parallel channel. I imagine we'll go right through that currently. So those are our challenges today, to get back through this blue line, this pink line, liquidate these people here. Imagine if we can get some upward, a little bit of upward movement, these liquidations will get us all the way back up here. And then we'll probably consolidate to about here Wednesday morning when the CPI numbers come out. And I don't know, maybe you'll see a wick back down here, a little bit of craziness, I don't know, but ultimately upwards and onwards. Go to daily time frame. So yeah, up here today, possibly. I'd like to see that up to there. And then maybe, I don't know, who knows? But ultimately, playing around up here in this area as we're heading into the halving. Oh, the halving's right there. Everything's really squished together right there. Doesn't need to be. So, yeah, I think just seeing a continuation of this trend into the halving, getting back up to the upper 70s, 80s. All right, like, subscribe. See you next time.